I'm Basha Bullard, and I'm the Global Learning Solutions Director at Trimble. And my role is to manage the learning platform for our internal and external learners at Trimble, and also connect and scale and set best practices for our training functions and operations throughout the organization.
My name is Alexis Corso. I am the Manager of Product Training and Certification for Trimble Viewpoint. I manage a team of technical trainers who train customers, employees, and business partners in the implementation and use of our software.
My name is Ruth Murphy. I am the Support Services Operations Coordinator for Tekla, which is part of the Structures Division of Trimble. I work with the rest of the Support Services Operations team to implement processes and procedures for our support teams globally. At Tekla, our target market is quite diverse, so we have offices all across the globe. We operate in multiple different languages. We sell a number of different products, and we often need to account for different unit systems, laws, cultural needs, values, things like that. Currently, our certification program is offered for end users and students, so customers, learners, students, across a mixture of free and commercial courses. Our free content is created by our headquarters team, and it's available globally. That is all e-learning courses. And then our regional offices localise versions of the free content, as well as add their own training content, which is then commercial content, which they sell. We currently have 9 regional offices issuing digital credentials for their content, as well as our headquarters team.
Prior to Accredible, we have some capability of credentialing or certificates within our LMS. However, as part of my role to connect and scale the capabilities of the training function and managing it through the platform globally, we actually identified that there are several businesses that have already selected Accredible as an extension to our LMS because of the additional capabilities. And it was almost like no-brainer at that point, like why wouldn't we adopt this as a standard and expand it to scale across the entire enterprise? And technically, the other criteria is that it has to integrate with our LMS. So Accredible was a perfect fit because it does integrate to our LMS. And again, our businesses have already experienced it and started deploying it in multiple parts of the enterprise. So it was almost like obvious next best thing for us to take on.
Yeah, so again, mostly from the Tekla perspective, so from the way that our business was operating before, is that we were issuing certificates for our training courses and to our learners, but they were always static or paper, like PDF certificates, and it left us with a lot to wish for, I think, in that perspective. So our main goals that we really started to look at digital credentials to help us attain were that we really wanted to improve our learners' confidence in credential authenticity. So obviously static or PDF certificates are very easy to fake, and that was quite a worry in a few of our regional offices. So that was something that we really wanted to tackle by taking digital credentials into use. Obviously, there's ways to verify authenticity, which is fantastic. We also wanted to increase awareness of Tekla and our courses, our products, and the shareability of digital credentials we found to really help with that. We also wanted to decrease, or at a very minimum pinpoint, drop-off rates and increase completion rates. So we wanted to find ways to motivate our learners to complete our courses rather than just getting halfway through, for example, finding out what they were looking for and not having that extra motivation to finish. So digital credential is just a really fun, nice way to be able to do that. And then the final one, and this was a big motivating factor for us, is that, as I mentioned previously, we do have a lot of free course content. So it's really important for us to be able to issue credentials automatically upon course completion, with the minimal need really for administrative work, such as like creating, printing, emailing the paper or the PDF credentials. And that was something really big that drew us to starting to look at digital credentials in the first place. Yeah.
My position, it was to unify and expand our brand equity in the industries we serve, because we have a very large portfolio. There are hundreds of products of Trimble that are out there, hardware, software, and we serve construction and agriculture and transportation. And so we wanted to give our people out there in the industries an additional value proposition and a way to share that value to use for their own career development and their own conversations around why Trimble and how is it benefiting them. And we know when you award people with this benchmark of success, they are proud to carry and pay it forward.
We started investigating digital credentials in 2019 and looked at 5 or 6 different platforms before we settled with Accredible. And the main driver was that customer experience, the sales experience, at least for Viewpoint. It sets Accredible apart from other digital credentialing companies, and it solved a lot of our business needs, both driving engagement, setting us apart from the competition, and just allowing us to realize our scalability. But Accredible's been a fantastic partner for us all along.
The moment we realized that we have this opportunity to make Accredible a standard part of our Learn platform and make that capability available across our enterprise for all of our businesses, we realized that we're gonna need to make it a conscious effort to create a unified framework that then increases the efficiency and drives the value proposition for our brand and alignment across our practice. So the first thing we thought of, okay, we need help to do that. We haven't done this before with digital credentialing capability. So we need to bring together our experts who then can collaborate on what is the Trimble best practice. And with the professional services from Accredible guiding us through how to define that, and them being the experts really of what digital credentialing framework is made of, allowed us to really lean on them to get through that process. But connecting us and working together gave us the opportunity to really do better together. I'm very grateful that we did the professional services engagement, and I don't think we would have been where we are today without it.
The main thing that we love about Accredible is the fact that we can automate the issuance. We need to minimize the manual touch points across the course. So that includes enrollment, course content, and of course, credential issuance. So for us, it is essential to be able to automate that process in order to really scale our courses and scale our targets and the vision that we're really driving towards. I do enjoy Accredible many other features. So for example, I like that there's a lot of customization in terms of the designs, the emails. We operate in a lot of different languages. So it's really essential for us to be able to customize the emails, the templates into all those different languages to cover everything that we need to for all of our teams. I really like that flexibility.
We are using the Spotlight directory as a whole, and it is a Trimble-wide Spotlight directory. I always define it as the rug that ties the room together for all of our credential holders. It's been a nice feature. I'd like to give a big shout out to the Accredible support team. They are amazing. When we need help, we need it immediately, and they respond immediately.
If we take just last year, we had 9 of our regional teams, as well as our headquarters team, using Accredible to issue digital credentials. And we issued a total of just over 3,000 digital credentials across the year, and that surpassed our targets of 2,000 credentials. Of all of the issued credentials, if we just take a look at our e-learning courses, 78% of the credentials issued were open, and 91% of the opened credentials were then shared. So for us, that just shows how useful they are, how excited people are about the digital credentials, and the fact that we are using them for our credential programs. LinkedIn was the most popular channel, and we have had quite a good uptake on the Spotlight directory as well. We've also looked at enrollment numbers, completion rates, or drop-off rates, and we have seen good improvements across the board really since we started to issue digital credentials.
When we roll out credentialing to our students through our students programs, we are seeding the market with future Trimble loyalists, so to speak, that then become either a customer or a partner or maybe even employee. So we have been thinking about how much this data is so valuable for us because it enables us to capture that association with Trimble way before we actually service them as either a customer or a partner. Absolutely, I would recommend it. What makes a difference for us is the partnership and alignment in our shared success and how that factors into our roadmap and Accredible's roadmap. We're Accredible fans because it served us well, and we trust that it will continue to grow with us.